If you guys have been watching wrestling for quite some time, there is something that you might have noticed, and it is that comedy in wrestling has changed significantly. Back in the day, comedy was done by people like The Rock, Kurt Angle, Booker T, even John Cena. Now, comedy is done by people like Danhausen, R-Truth, Santino Marella, he's the one who started this nonsense. People like these. And there is a starking difference between these two, man. There is a big fucking difference. The people that we have nowadays who do comedy in wrestling, they're all fucking retarded, man. The entire gag of the 24/7 championship was basically just this. A bunch of retards acting like retards. That's all it was, right? And that's why people were hesitant about wanting their favorite wrestler to win the 24/7 title, because this was an implication that this company sees you as a person who is clinically retarded. There is no other explanation. And the worst part of this all is that people actually enjoyed this, man. People enjoyed this. There is a reason R-Truth at this point has been a retard in this company for more than a decade. Look it up, man. It's been more than a fucking decade now. I think it was the Rumble in 2015 when he came in and he took out a ladder. By that time, he was already acting like a retard for quite some time. So it has been a really long time and people have still not gotten tired of this. And I have a theory, man. I have a fucking theory about this. This is because this is the fucking comedy that these fans can actually comprehend. This is their sense of humor. This is it. Now, if you know that comedy that we had back in the day was way better. Even Vince McMahon, man, like the type of comedy that he was doing, and he used to do goofy stuff as well. So the problem is not that this is goofy, right? Like you can do goofy stuff and still not sound like a retard or act like a retard. It's just how it is. The Rock used to say goofy things all the fucking time. And he used to look cool while doing it because, well, that's what having charisma means. Now we have someone like Danhausen. Tell me this. Danhausen goes to the Mrs. house, just basically walks inside without his permission. He touches his stuff, right? Like he basically does whatever the fuck he wants and then he leaves with his daughter's bike. And the Miz is just standing there. A Miz, a guy who's like 2 times the size of Danhausen, is just standing there like, that's my daughter's bike. People think this is funny. Why? Why do people think this is funny? Explain it to me. It's not funny. It's retarded, man. It's fucking retarded. The fact that Miz is just standing there and going like, oh, that's my daughter's bike, instead of fucking chasing that retard and beating the living crap out of him. Why is the Miz not beating him? Why? Like, this guy is a former world champion. Don't tell me that Danhausen is a guy who can just always get away from the Miz. I don't believe that. Like, that guy literally walked inside his house. And this curse thing is obviously fucking stupid. If you laugh at this, you're like, you are who you are, man. I don't know what to say to you. But there have been multiple storylines like this one, man. R-Truth, he's fucking doing something every now and then. And there is also like this thing that goes around. You will see this quite a lot of times. Like one of these retards, he will try to like be friends with somebody and this other person is like, oh man, I don't want to hang out with you. Danhausen has like a rendition of that. He goes to Speed and says, oh well, give me half of everything you own. And Speed is like, well, fuck off, dude. I'm not going to do that. So then he says, you are cursed. And the audience chants with him as if like, even if he can't realistically, let's say curse, as if it's justified to curse Speed for something like this. Anyway, we had R-Truth and the Judgment Day, where R-Truth wanted to be a part of the Judgment Day. He actually thought that he was a part of the Judgment Day, but he wasn't. And the one that I really fucking hated, Otis and Mandy Rose. Remember that one? Remember that one during COVID? If you don't know, I'll tell you what happened, man. You obviously know Otis probably, that fat fuck. Mandy Rose was a person who was a wrestler back in the day, and she looked a lot better than Otis. So Otis, during the fucking Valentine's Day time, had like a crush on Mandy Rose, and Mandy Rose said, well, fuck off, dude. This is not gonna happen, right? So Otis then acted like he's very sad, and he had a tag team partner as well at the time. It wasn't just Josiah, it was somebody else, right? And the retarded audience fucking got behind Otis. They got behind Otis to the point where the company, at the time it was McMahon, and I'm very surprised that he actually fucking went on with this bullshit, because I can see Triple H agreeing to show that Otis actually got the girl, but McMahon did this back in the day, so that fucking tells you something, man. At the time, the idea was this, right? Like, Otis is a sweet guy. He's not the best looking guy. He's not the most talented guy. He doesn't have much to offer, but he's a sweet person. And a lot of assholes probably vicariously live through this nonsense. So the story fucking ended with this, right? Like, Otis and Maddie got together. There were some betrayals and stuff, which was all just bullshit, but the idea was just this eventually, that Otis and Maddie got together, and that was the happy ending. And I just thought to myself, man, this is just fucking stupid. If this was the Attitude Era, like, I haven't seen a lot of it, man, but I've seen some, and I guarantee you, somebody like The Rock or Stone Cold would have come out and they would have just roasted the living crap out of Otis and sent him back home. That's what would have happened. And at the time, that's what people would have wanted to see. But today, if something like that was to happen, I mean, Dolph Ziggler was involved in that storyline and he didn't roast Otis, like on his face at least. Like, he said a lot of stuff and he was getting booed for saying the truth. Like, that's what I'm talking about, man. It's just a rendition of the thing that I'm talking about. Now we have Danhausen, and he's doing the same crap as well. Overall, man, the point still stands. Like, this audience is the problem. They have no idea what they want. Or maybe they do have an idea of what they want, but what they want is just so niche and so opposite of what most people want that this is kind of restricting the company in growing. I don't know how this ended up happening, but here we are now, man. This is what we are dealing with.